Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene ironically attacked federal workers as not having real jobs. Here she is during a House committee hearing.
You can protest all you want outside of departments of this government. You can protest all you want, but the American people disagree with you. You're protecting the bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is not a business. Those are not real jobs producing federal revenue. By the way, they're consuming taxpayer dollars. Those jobs are paid for by the American tax people who work real jobs, earn real income, pay federal taxes, and then pay these federal employees. Federal employees do not deserve their jobs. Federal employees do not deserve their paychecks. And these are jobs that can be fired at will.
Does she not realize that she fits her own description of not having a quote unquote real job? I mean, but what's a real job? Well, it's but the private sector only. Private sector only. That's the only time you can actually count someone as having a real job, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, and not just Greene, but Laura Ingraham and all these other Fox News ghouls, right? And so, yeah. Now, here's the thing, though. It's pretty mind-blowing that she would literally describe herself in that, okay? Hey, Marge, what do you do? What's your job? Why don't you have a real job? Why do you deserve your paycheck? Look, congressional members get $174,000 a year, okay? And plus benefits, by the way. Like paid travel and housing costs. Plus, members of Congress with at least 5 years of service or federal employment are also eligible for a generous pension that pays about 2 to 3 times more than pensions offered to similarly salaried workers in the private sector. Sounds pretty sweet, right? And that's not all. There's a lesser-known congressional benefit, which is the practice of leaving death gratuity payments to the heirs of members who die while serving in office. So I guess if you're wondering why all these Democratic politicians, for example, die in office, okay, well, this would be why. This would be why. So they could get their, benefit, death gratuity payments to members of their families. So that's great. Now, this is equal to a member's yearly congressional salary. The payments are provided regardless of how wealthy the deceased lawmaker was. From 2000 to 2021, those payments actually cost about $5 million to the taxpayer, okay, according to the nonprofit research group. So we got this freeloader over here, Marjorie Taylor Greene, talking about how she does not deserve her own paycheck. Maybe we should make that a reality. Maybe we should take away her pay. Hell, maybe we should make her unemployed. Have her go get a real job, since she feels so very strongly about all of this. Okay? But here's the thing, though, all right? To get to a serious point. Government jobs are real jobs. Federal employees pay federal taxes, okay? And they provide critical services, okay? Some of which the private sector could not function without. And yet, this lady, calling them all moochers, okay? You're moochers, taken from the government taxpayer, sucking on the teeth of the dole. Okay, right. Now, I mentioned veterans. It's important to note that when we're talking about who works for the federal government, you have to note that about 30% of the federal workforce is veterans. So the question is, hey, Marge, why do you hate veterans so much? Why are you telling veterans to go get a real job? What's wrong with you? Why do you think the people who served our country do not deserve a job? That's what you were saying. People like Mike McCons, right? Who was an Army veteran who served as a disaster recovery coordinator at the Small Business Administration based in Anchorage, Alaska. Now, he was one of the people that was let go by Elon Musk's illegal purge of government employees. In fact, McCons told an NPR affiliate, they locked me out of all my systems. The only place I've gotten any help is online, on frickin' Reddit. So yeah, there's a Reddit shout out. Okay. Um, Now you might think, wait, well, why doesn't he just get a real job, right? Or why doesn't he just collect unemployment until he can find a real job? Of course, you won't hear Republicans talk about, oh, you can get unemployment. Sorry. Um, well, here's the thing: he can't right now. He can't get unemployment. Why? The government has yet to send him all the required documents he needs to claim to file an unemployment claim. He also hasn't received any official word on when his family's health insurance plan is set to expire. Now that it turns out is pretty important. Healthcare, right? His wife Laura is a cancer survivor who requires high-priced medication for an autoimmune disorder. So now, McCann says, quote, "I've never felt more betrayed in my entire life." You serve your country, right? You come back and there's a job in the government. A lot of veterans take jobs in the government. And now these idiots are like, let's get rid of all the jobs for these veterans. Oops. Now, Laura added, just the disregard for the impact that this has on not only the employee, but his whole family is astounding. That said, Marjorie don't care. Okay? She thinks this guy and everybody like him, everybody works for the government, it's just they're consuming taxpayer dollars. There is no benefit whatsoever. They're not real jobs. Government should be like a business. But government is not supposed to run like a business. We pay taxes for services that the government provides through government workers. It's also can provide a jobs program, okay, for a lot of workers who maybe can't get private sector jobs, or maybe there are not any private sector jobs that are available that are, that you can actually live on. Okay. Now, look, you could make the argument that, hey, as taxpayers, we're not exactly getting the bang for our buck, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, I have a great conversation about that, right? I think that too much of our money gets wasted on moochers. Like Elon Musk, okay? And his billions of dollars in government contracts. The only reason Musk is so rich is because he's been the beneficiary of daddy government, okay? Or how about all the billions of dollars we've wasted on the jet that barely works? How about the billions of dollars in oil subsidies we give right now? A lot of waste there. A lot of waste there. But civil servants, that is not where the waste is. And certainly not where the fraud and abuse exists, okay? If you want to find any of that stuff, then just ask Marjorie Taylor Greene to hold up a mirror. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.